As we head into a week of bitter winds and record-breaking lows, parents are reminded to keep their kids bundled up when they head outside. MTN's Megan Mannering has some tips on how to prevent your kids from getting frostbite.
You might think you're good to go when you send your kids out the door with their boots, gloves, and hooded jackets. But according to Dr. Courtney Hathaway, that basic winter gear doesn't always stand up to frostbite.
Kids are much more susceptible to cold injuries than adults. They have a lower circulating blood volume, their body mass is just distributed differently, and so they lose a lot more heat through their head and their extremities, and they're just not as resilient as adults when it comes to handling cold. So they're going to get cold faster, and then they're going to get a cold injury easier than an adult exposed to those same temperatures.
Oftentimes, gloves and socks become damp as kids wait outside at the bus stop or play in the snow at recess. Dr. Hathaway offers a few remedies for this issue.
If you can have waterproof shoes on, or a change of socks or a change of shoes that they can put on when they get to school, that's super helpful for their feet. And then similarly with gloves, those little easy to put on stretchy gloves are great, but in kiddos that are really active and they're going to be playing in the snow, they're not at all waterproof, and so then they're going to get wet, and if they have that wet material on their hands and then it gets even colder outside, then that exposes their hands to even increased risk of cold injuries.
Hathaway noted that even parents who pay extra attention to how their kids are dressed for the cold can still make a simple mistake.
It gets tricky for parents this time of year because you want them bundled up, you want them in those nice big winter coats when they're out playing or going to and from the bus stop, but in the car and in their car seats, they shouldn't have big puffy layers on.
Taking off layers before placing babies and toddlers into car seats ensures that their harness will fit properly. Dr. Hathaway suggests placing the winter coat over the car seat harness after your kids are strapped in.
As you do get your kids ready for school this morning, Dr. Hathaway says a good rule of thumb is to dress them in one extra layer than you need to be comfortable outside.